Ed, this has been a difficult few days for the football club with the defeat against Manchester United and the resignation of Chief Executive David McNally. Can you just take us through the timeline of events?
It's been a really tough few days. The defeat against Manchester United was really disappointing because the players really gave their all. And then on Saturday evening, we had David's resignation. And that was something which happened in the evening. The board discussed on Sunday. We thought hard and decided that it was something we should accept. And we put a statement out on Monday thanking David for all the contribution he's made to this club over 7 years. He's made a huge difference. He came in when we were in League One. He's taken us up to the Premier League. He's done so while sorting out the finances, and he's put in place a really strong management team here within the club. And of course, he was also very important in bringing in Alex Neil, who is one of the best young managers in British football. So we're really grateful for his contribution. We wish him well as a board. And but we're now focused on Watford because it's a huge game. It's not over for us. This is a fighting team. I know that the players are absolutely up for it, as is the manager. And we need a cauldron Carrow Road against Watford to give us a chance.
And as you touched on there, it is a time to reflect on the 7 years that David spent here at Carrow Road and the achievements of the club in that time.
Well, I think talking to people today with the news public that David has resigned, both within the club and also on the outside, there is a real appreciation of the difference he made because when he came in, the club was not in good shape. Financially, we were really badly in debt. We were down in Division 1 and he made some big changes in terms of management and in terms of leadership. And although he's now moved on, he leaves in place a really strong, successful club. Just look at our season ticket sales to know how much people are enjoying the football and want to be part of this club. And we've got a great manager in Alex Neil. So David's made a massive contribution. He'll go on to do new things in the future, and the board has made it absolutely clear to him and publicly that we truly thank him for his contribution.
Steve Stone has been appointed as Interim Chief Executive. How did the board come to that decision and what will Steve bring to the role?
Well, Steve Stone is our finance director. He's been very important in making sure that our finances stay sound through the last year or so. He's also the secretary of the board, so he's known to the board members really well, and he provides some continuity and some experience because it's a change which has come quite suddenly this weekend. Bringing Steve in from finance director to be interim chief executive, I think sends a signal to the club internally and externally that we're going to carry on building on our strengths, and that's what Steve can do. So I think he's been welcomed into this role internally, and what we've got to do now with Steve is make sure that we start planning for the long term, as at the same time we make sure we do our best against Watford.
Yeah, and what is the board's strategy going to be when it comes to appointing a new chief executive?
Well, right now we've got decisions to take and actions to get involved in, because the nature of football is the moment the season ends, you are straight into preparing for the next season, and we can't afford to wait. So we are going to take immediate action to make sure that there's support for Alex and the football board, the team, in terms of dealing with this transfer process this summer. At the same time, we've got a gap to fill. We need to bring in a new chief executive, and we need to do so in a way which builds on the strength that we've got and make sure that we bring in real expertise for the future. Now, so two things in parallel: immediate action to bring in immediate support, but also the kind of process you'd expect a board to take to bring in a high quality candidate to take over from David.
But for you and the board now, the focus is very much on Wednesday and a really big match at Carrow Road.
I think that the whole of the club is absolutely focused, as it should be, today on Wednesday night, and the players, the manager, but everybody. This is a huge operation, a very professional operation. We've got 27,000 people coming here on Wednesday night, and the noise will be loud, but it's a big job to do, and we need to back the players because we've got a chance on Wednesday and again on Sunday at Everton. But in parallel, we're also working hard. We had a board meeting on Monday, and we're looking at what we can do immediately and then in the coming days to get the process going, to strengthen the management of the club for the future with the departure of David, and to make sure that from the beginning we're ready for what is going to be a really important few weeks in the history of the club at the end of the season. So every summer is important in football, and we need to make sure that we hit the ground running.